Um, Game of Thrones.
He was in Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna look him up real quick. Pretty sure that's who you're talking about. Oberyn Martell. He.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's unfortunate for you. Why didn't you watch it?
I don't know. I just never got into it, and then by the time I got into it, or by the time I would have gotten into it, nobody was watching it anymore because it was like older.
I've literally watched it like 18 times. Not 18. A lot of times.
Hey, I'm Benny Domino.
I'm Jessica Rose.
And this is Curious Humans. Hello.
Hi.
It's episode 3. Let me get a drink.
Thanks for being here.
Aren't you excited?
I am very excited. We got our little drinky
We got our drinks from, our place.
Good vibes.
Good Vibes Nutrition.
Nutrish.
So up to this point, I've been only getting the cherry limeade because I really, really like it. It's tea, but they have a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
and
a lot of
try
stuff.
I think I'm gonna try something different. That's different for you.
I got the oatmeal peanut butter cookie.
Yeah, you love peanut butter. I'm not huge on cookie. I'm not huge on peanut butter.
I love peanut butter. I'm the Nutter butter.
Not my thing. I do like Nutter butter.
They have Nutter butter.
They do. Like the cookie. And they like. We're gonna have to go check it out.
That's the one I usually get.
Cool.
That's gonna be rad. It's gonna be great.
That was a weird sound.
I liked it though.
I liked it too.
It sounded kind of like a balloon when you slowly let air out, like playing an instrument. Your straw's not there.
What? Oh, you thought I was just doing it with my mouth. I'm very talented.
Yes, you are.
With my tongue, lady.
Tongue.
My tongue. No, lady.
Nolani, excuse me, and John. So we'll see them there. Good vibes. Let's
Nolani
do it.
and John, yes.
I love that.
And I love them. I met her the other day.
Yeah, she came in today while I was getting my drink.
Did she?
Yeah.
Love it.
I was like, hi.
Thank you, Good Vibes.
Thank you, guys.
Vibes. How you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful.
Are you?
I am. I got more sleep, so hopefully I don't yawn. You know what? I'm going to tell this. I'm going to tell everyone because I'm a little like, oh, well, what happened? So for the longest time, I got my apartment in September, and there was no one above me or next to me for months, and they just redid those 2 units. Someone's definitely upstairs now, and I'm pretty sure it's a group of Irish step dancers or some sort of dancers that like to dance. Maybe they're like thrown off by the time change because they're up all night dancing. And I'm just like literally, I tried to go to bed before 9 o'clock last night. It was like 8 something, and
you cannot.
No, I'm serious.
Stop it. I mean, that reminds me. Did you ever see that commercial? That guy commercial where the people are upstairs and they literally have bricks on their feet and they're just like stomping.
That's what's happening. I'm telling you, that is exactly what's happening. Or they are just deciding to move all of their furniture, or it's haunted.
That last one is a very interesting point. Do you believe in ghosts?
100%.
Really?
Not only do I believe in them, but
you've seen them?
I know I see things. And you can call me crazy. I don't care. I know what I believe in. And it might not be like a direct thing, but I see you, or I feel you. Like,
you see him right now?
No.
Oh, I'm like, wait a minute.
No, not up in here. But I do. Yeah.
That's interesting. Did they speak to you directly?
No. I mean, I get signs.
It's very interesting. I have these dreams sometimes that uncannily precede real life events, and I cannot explain that. And it happens often. And I usually text my best friend after, like, yo, I had this dream, dot, dot, dot. And then, like, within a week to 2 weeks, she's circling back telling me something happened or, hey, this thing happened. And it's always correct. So I don't know what to do with that, but
it's, first of all,
do you believe that there are ghosts like that have malintent?
Absolutely.
Really? I don't know if
I don't call them ghosts. I call them
like demons or like evil spirits?
Entities.
Entities.
They are entities. Now, I will tell you something I've learned from very spiritually aware people. These entities will attach to you if you are at all low. If your vibrations aren't high, these things attach to you, and they feed off of you.
So translate that for like real life. Are you referring to like depression,
sadness,
anger, frustration,
anger? Yes, jealousy. All of it. Like if you're at all feeling low and your vibrations are not high, these things latch onto you. And when the moment you start, like, you know, self-love, working on, hold on, sorry, I'm getting excited. The moment you start like working on yourself and trying to lift your vibrations and feel better about yourself and like doing the right things, like taking those steps, they get hungry essentially, right? And they fall off and they attach to something else.
Because you're starving them of the negative energy that they feed off of. That's an interesting perspective. What?
It's a fact. F-A-C-T.
Okay. Yeah,
hard
sure.
T.
Hard T. It's a fact. Fact. Now, I do know somebody who has roots in Haiti and was telling me about something that happened one time when he went to Haiti, and I was just like, it was bad. I was like, I don't even want to repeat the story. It was that bad. But, you know, to him, like, and he's telling the story with, like, he was like dead serious. Like there was no
like there was
irony or
I don't want to say
sarcasm.
Passion as far as like love, but like there was a passion behind it.
He
like
was very impassioned about what he was talking about. I was just like, wow.
You
like
could tell.
So I believe him, and I believe you. But there's
I
people
know.
that's like, it's like I believed what he was saying. Sometimes you hear people, you're like,
feel it. You know what? One thing that you and I had right off the bat was that like spiritual connection. I don't know if I'm sure you remember, but we quite literally like connected on that.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm very spiritual. I believe in God. I believe in a higher power. I believe in, you know, I was raised Christian, but I think as, you know, as life progressed and I became an adult and just got able to think for myself, I pull from a lot of like common sense and just like, you know, you just treat people the way that you want to be treated, and you are, you know, you try to live your life, you know, as kind and, you know, humane as possible, whatever that means. But humans are fucked up a lot of the time. And if we're talking history, you know, I mean,
sometimes I wonder why we're given so much power to do so wrong. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if it's powder. I don't know if it's power necessarily. I think it's, well, I guess it is power, but we don't have it.
No.
Like our level does not have it.
No.
I think the power, I think a lot of it, it's like a trickle down effect. It's like the fish rots from the head. You know what I mean? So it's like people get in these places of power, like high government, you know, these politicians and not even just politicians, just billionaires, people with
billionaires, people
access.
Who write movies. I'm sorry, there's some pretty sick, twisted, like, I love AHS. Can I say it? American Horror Story, whatever. But some of that stuff is sick. And like, I just want to know,
some
like,
of it.
a lot of it.
A lot of it.
Most of it, all of it.
Yeah.
But there's some of it that I do like the vampire ones and stuff, whatever.
It's entertaining to a degree. But you do have to wonder, like, where does this come from? Like, how do you, like, who do you have to be as a human being to be able to generate this level of evil as a form of entertainment? That to me is just like, I don't know. There's like, that's
I won't judge actors and actresses because, you know, they're probably making bank. I get it. Hustle. Or like the Humanz. Actual
I cannot.
F.
Yeah, no, I can't even watch it.
I was a child when I watched it, not even realizing what I was watching.
You were a child
I should
when you watched the Humanz.
Was not in front of my parents.
Oh,
absolutely, probably would have gotten my butt whooped.
No, that is crazy.
But like, who does that? As an adult, I didn't watch it, but like, I just remember, not even a child. I don't want to say I was too young, but probably high school or something. I don't remember. But like, not something I would even like think about wanting to watch right now.
I don't see how people watch it twice. Like, how do you watch something like that and then, you know, just randomly say to yourself one day, like, you know, we should watch.
Let's watch the Human
Let's watch that video of people eating. you know,
You
like
know,
each other's,
so
yeah,
mouth on
like.
their booties.
Well, that's actually more like grisly and like gory and nasty. But I can't even watch like horror. Like I don't want to see. It depends. There's levels, right? Like I could watch like something like A Darkness Falls or like suspense. Something like that movie with Emily Blunt and they can't make sounds. What's it called?
Oh, A Quiet Place, and the third
I
one's
could watch.
coming out.
There's a third one.
Yeah, Matthew and I went to see
Oh,
Beekeeper,
that's
and they
dope.
had
As a
advertised.
preview for A Quiet Place.
I didn't even know
3.
there was 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch that it was the. I thought it was the second. He's like, "Have you seen the first or second?" I don't remember what he asked me, but I was like, "Wait, that was the third." And he laughed at me, but yeah.
Yeah, there's yeah. Anyway, I could watch that level of horror.
Mm-hmm.
I can anything with like occult, like ghosts, any type of like none of The Exorcist, anything. My mom told me when I was in high school, she was like, "Whatever you do in life, don't ever watch The Exorcist." That's what she told me, and I watched it. Oh no! Wait, let me back up.
No,
I did not watch it. I did not watch
it.
it. I have not watched it.
Great.
I have not watched it. What I did watch was The Exorcism of Emily Rose because my cousin told me it wasn't that bad. He's like, "Oh, it's not even like," and it was that to this day. To this day, I get leery if I'm up at 3 o'clock in the house, like 3 p.m.
Witching hour.
That's what well, it was worse in the movie, but like I get weird. Like to this day, as an adult man, I still am like, I need to lay my ass down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me go on and get, you know what I'm saying? And I might have to turn on a light.
No, but I watched the one with the peas.
The original one.
Was that the original? Okay.
You mean with the green, the vomit?
I think so. She was in like a.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
The thing is, it's so ingrained in pop culture that I understand the scene that you're talking about, though I've never seen it. Like, you know what I mean? Like people, like it's been reproduced for.
Am I okay?
Huh?
I cut you off. I do that a lot, ADHD. But am I okay? Like I watched it. Can you call your mom? No, seriously.
What? I think you're fine.
She met me. She would have known.
I think you're fine. I don't think it's like,
you don't know.
You're fine. You're fine. You watched that a long time ago. I'm just saying, like, she just told me never to watch it, and I just never watched it because it's just not my, I'm not into stuff like that.
I know.
And I'm somebody. I mean, not to get too deep, but I'm somebody that believes that like certain things can come through the TV. Not like
I never thought of it
that way. Not in
the
sense of like something is physically coming out of the TV or like that I can. I don't think it's anything tangible, but I think you just never know. You just never know. I don't know. That's just my thing. If it's crazy or kooky or whatever, like, okay, like I'll take
just
that.
The energy.
There's just certain stuff that's just like not in my house, and specifically not in my African American household will we be dealing with nothing like that. Okay? Nah, we won't. So that's how I be feeling.
I feel like I've been cleansed enough since then.
Yeah. You're probably good.
I need to stop watching scary stuff, especially alone. Like
I don't see how you do it.
I'm just like,
especially at night.
I like hold something up in front of my face and I like peek.
when I was younger and I would like be intrigued because to me I didn't understand the difference between horror and suspense when I was younger. When I was much younger.
Very different.
So I used to think that like if I wanted to get that feeling, I had to watch something scary, not realizing that it was suspense that I like. More than the fear. So how do you feel about celebrities and branding, specifically as it pertains to like you as a person buying product from a celebrity brand? So like Kim Kardashian with Skims, right? Or Rihanna with Fenty. Like how do you connect with a brand because of celebrity attachment? Excuse me, now I got the hiccups. I love when I have the hiccups, by the way.
Do you really?
Oh, I'm so jealous of anybody who has the hiccups. No.
Why?
I love the hiccups. And I never get the hiccups. Shout out to Christy, who is the mother of two of my only two nieces on this planet, by the way. The baby who was just born, I have a niece who was just born. Her name is Phoenix. And she always gets the hiccups. And I text Christy one day. I said, I'm so jealous. I was watching the baby. I'm so jealous. She has the hiccups. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I just love the hiccups. I never get them. And look, I only had one and it went away. I'm so jealous of people who get the hiccups. Do you get the hiccups?
Bro, I not only do I get the hiccups, but I have the like ones. Excuse me, that was probably really gross. But like the ones that like hurt, like if you know, you know. Like people have heard me. It's not even like a hic. It almost turns into like a burp. Like and it's like aggressive and loud and it's embarrassing. Like even Michaela has been like, Jessica, like at my job. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't stop, and I don't know what it is that I'm having, but
so I'm not jealous of those. I don't even know what's
but like
happening.
Cute little hiccups.
You probably should see a doctor about that. But I like no, I just like the hiccups. I don't know, it's weird.
Why do you like
weird
them?
Thing, huh?
Why?
I like the way. Well, now it's gonna sound weird. I like the way they feel. You like the hiccups? Does anybody else? I feel like we're a community. I feel like there's people out there.
There's not a community of people who enjoy having.
Maybe not like you don't do things to seek them out. Like I'm not like eating foods that I know will give me hiccups. But honestly, I probably would eat foods that would give me hiccups because I don't ever get the hiccups. But I don't know. I just like the way they make me feel.
I feel like if
it's
you
like
did,
sneezing. It's like when you sneeze. You know when you sneeze and it like your spirit feels cleansed afterwards. Like you know what I mean? Like. Ooh, I got that.
My nasal's cleansed. My nasal, my nasal passage.
Sometimes when I sneeze, I feel like I have not evolved. That's a stretch. But I do sometimes feel like when I sneeze, it like I feel cleansed. I feel like that's good. Anyway, the hiccups just make me feel happy and giddy. I think it's just an involuntary thing that my body does that I'm just like, thank you, body, for being alive and for processing. Because why do we even what is the point of a hiccup?
You don't even want to know.
Well, we don't know, but our body does. So whatever it is,
you want to thank your body for processing. I like to thank my body for processing too.
Correct. And let's leave it at that because you're gross and I know what
All right.
Okay. So how do you feel about like what connects you to a celebrity brand? Like do you feel like you are connected to let me back up. Not what connects you to a celebrity brand, but like what connects you to a brand? Like when you see things like for skincare or hair care or something that you have to eat. That's a loud car. I hope he's not on the mic. Or like any type of like anything really. What connects you to like what draws you to like does a celebrity endorsement help or does it not matter?
So I am going to tell you I purchased. Oh, okay. Now I just have like Skims and Savage Fenty in my head. But like I've never purchased anything from any of them. Yeah, it would help. Like the advertisements would help.
For real?
I'm more though like you'll catch me with like spiritual meaning things like catch me there. But like if it's not, see, I don't really.
No, but you do use brand. Here's the thing. Even those things are brands. Like even the stuff anything that you use that you've purchased from a retailer. Whether it's a celebrity or not, whether it's online or brick and mortar, whether it's in person, whether it was word of mouth, whether you got it from some little boutique in Sedona, that they're all still brands. Like you're 100%. Still wearing a brand. This is a brand. This is from a brand. This is from a brand. Oh, shit. Speaking of brands. That was organic as fuck because I did not even mean it. Like that was truly organic. Yeah, this is a brand. So how do you feel? Let's talk about brands.
This brand, however, I do feel. I'm just kidding.
No, it's because I'm wearing Savu.
Can you say it a little louder, please, into the mic?
Benny is wearing Savu. Benny is wearing a Savu jacket and a Savu track pant. And also a Savu shirt and also a Savu underwear. But you cannot see the underwear.
And you will not see the underwear. But they match
the same print.
Your hand.
Wait, what?
Bay.
Oh yeah, the shirt says. The shirt says Bay. The jacket also has a honey mustard detail drip on the inside lip. I will show you right now.
Sounds great.
You see that? You see that? Super duper flat. Anyway, you can find this and more. Shop Savu. No, sorry. No, that is why don't I know that? Shopsavu.com. .com.
I think you
So
know it.
yeah,
You were just thinking
no,
Curious
well, I
Humans.
was thinking because the Instagram page is Savu_brand,
Oh, I see.
but the website is shopsavu.com. Yeah, speaking of brands,
No, but doesn't his honey, so cute, Walt have the same shirt, or does it say I'm Bay?
no, Waltz says, in
If
case
lost.
of emergency, call Bay.
Oh, and these are available on his website, Adorbs. Okay.
Yeah, I'll link it at the bottom.
So
Yeah.
cute.
We
Bathing
will also
suits,
be coming up with some,
dresses.
yes, all types of stuff. We're also going to have Curious Human merch very soon. But what connects you to a brand?
Okay, so clean products. There are a couple things that, like guilty pleasure stuff that might not be super clean that I had a thing for before I got into trying to use cleaner products.
Like an iPhone?
Phones in general. No, but like I love Glossier, their brand.
Oh, Glossier.
Yeah, you can use Yucca and scan their stuff. Nothing is bad. Like it's like 100 out of 100. It's so bomb. Wait, 0 out of. It's the good. I think it's 100 out of 100. Yeah. The green. You're in the green. I'm not a sucker for like
celebrity
skins.
endorsement.
No.
I see.
Unless like it's something good. Like where is this money going to? Yeah, the celebrity.
So I have to say, I am, and my best friend can attest to this, probably all of us, we are crows in that if it's shiny, if it's blingy, if it's new, if it's fresh, like we have to have it. Or at least we're drawn to it in a store or in a shopping environment, like online or whatever. I'm definitely a crow, 100%. So I'm like, I wanted it shiny. But like, the celebrity endorsement doesn't always get me. But there are some celebrities like Rihanna.
I know her stuff's beautiful.
That body lava, I have been looking for that shit for it is always sold out. It's basically just like they call. First of all, think about the name, the branding, body lava. Doesn't that just sound like yes?
Yeah.
I want it. Yeah. Anyway, it makes your skin look like butter, and it gives you like the shimmer in the sun, so you almost look like a mermaid, like a mermaid scale. No, I don't, and that is a problem. And every time I try to go get it, it's sold out.
Maybe you should do like the little like notification thing, so when it's back in stock online, you can just.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like I'm begging for it.
But you're not, and you kind of are. Like you just told everyone. I had a drink not too long, an old fashioned that they were trying out at Postino, and they added honey to it, and it was like it was really good. I liked it more because it was a little bit sweeter and it was honey, and I love the taste of honey. So that's where we're different a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't hate the taste of honey. I just don't need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't need it either.
Like if I make tea, my mom, if I'm sick or something, she's like, put honey in your tea. I'm like, okay. Like honey is the property that will help, when you have like a sore throat or something. But I'm not a fan. I'd rather take a spoonful of honey and be done with it. I don't need it in my tea. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'd rather have lemon and a little bit of sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you like things to taste like plants. So you don't add sugar to stuff.
I know, I'm such a weirdo.
No, it's not weird.
It is weird.
A little bit.
Some people think it's weird. I put a drop of Digize because I had an upset stomach.
A drop of what?
Digize. It's like a good one for your belly.
A drop of what?
Digize.
What?
Digize.
Spell it. You can't spell it.
Hold on. Let me
Digize?
Digize.
It sounds like digest.
Yeah, it's like a digestive oil. Or it helps with. Let me look it up. I might be saying it wrong.
You're probably saying it right. I've just never heard of it. So that's cool.
Digize.
Let me see.
But there's this one. That's the one.
Oh, that's not at all how I was thinking. Is that the brand?
Young Living, and the Digize it's like the Vitality.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so Young Living is the oil.
I've never heard of that in my life. Digize.
So it relieves digestive, indigestion, heartburn, bloating, gas, stomach cramps, morning sickness, fights candida.
I probably need some of that Digize.
Kills parasites from animals. Okay.
The link for
that. So sending this now. I gave Matt literally. I took the water bottle I had and poured a little bit in the cap, and Matt drank it. And he comes back and he's like, "What'd you give me?" And I'm like, stop.
He was like acting like he was drunk
or something. Yeah, I was like, get over here, get out of here.
So you're on your fitness journey.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
It's going really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. I feel great.
You look great.
Thank you.
You are so enthusiastic about fitness. You're probably the most enthusiastic person that I personally know about fitness.
That's like really nice because
she can not bench press, deadlift. Like, what is it, like 800 pounds?
No.
Tell the real number.
I think my like one rep max. Okay, my one rep max
is more than 200.
Maybe like 210 now. I used to be able to do more.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot, but that's like a one rep, right? But I can do like 180 for like 15. But like clean.
180 pounds deadlift for 15 reps is impressive. That's very impressive.
I love it. That's probably my favorite lift.
You worked up to that.
Yeah, I did.
What made you want to commit to clean eating and just like a clean lifestyle in general?
Honestly, just feeling better mentally. I went through a lot of mental health issues, and that was one of the main things that I struggled with, and growing up I was, bullied for being like a chubby kid, or but like I always wanted to be better. Like I wanted that, but it was like rough, like depending on, who you hang out with, what your family eats, like things that you do. My mom always encouraged me to be more active, but just like certain things would just get in the way of that. And then I was always just like, a thicker woman growing up. And then back in 2019, I started fasting and I lost like 150 pounds rapidly in under a year, like just almost at a year.
That's
and
insane.
And then I just kept losing weight. It was a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's something that I am really passionate about, and I see that I'm able to have a healthy relationship with intaking things into my body and not starving myself to lose weight. That was just something that someone got me into in the past, and it worked, but it wasn't sustainable, like I said. Mm-hmm. So now this is more sustainable, and I'm actually like trying to eat more, chicken, greens, whatever.
So that's interesting. I feel like I eat relatively okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are moments where I just eat whatever I want. I don't deprive myself, so it's like if I want it, I'm just gonna eat it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like in general, I do eat, I would say, probably healthier than most of my friends. Like I will always consume a salad, and I don't mean one of those salads where there's like pickles and everything in it. I mean, like I'm pretty, I eat leafy greens. Mm-hmm. I love veggies, some veggies. I don't love veggies, actually, but I will eat them. I'm not big on like red meats, just like in like just who I am, period. Like I just don't typically eat that stuff. I think what gets me is potatoes. I can eat a potato. If you said, "Oh, we're gonna eat today," we're just gonna deep fry a whole potato, like the big one, like a russet potato. I'm just gonna drop it in grease and fry it until like within an inch of its potato life, and then eat it after that. I'd be like, all right, cool. What I need to bring? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna eat it with? Like, I love potatoes. It's terrible.
I love potatoes
Chips,
too.
like they're very, 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 very addictive.
I know.
And the stuff that they put in it that makes it taste so good. And you love those Lay's ones, those flaming hot Lay's ones. They're good. So that's what gets me into potatoes. I'm not huge on sugars. I will drink this tea that we get from Good Vibes, but for the most part, I'm not. I could cut sugar. I could just drink straight water. I love water, but it's hard for me to like sustain any type of like diet or anything like that because I don't want to deprive myself of food. Now I will commit to working out when I feel like it, but but I can be disciplined enough to like if I'm like really like okay, like we have this trip coming up, so I've been very good about like nope, we're going to go bike, going to the gym, right? Because I want to be like nice and shapely, but I also feel like there's a level of like I feel like I look good, so it stops me from like I don't mind having a little bit of like you know what I'm saying. Like I feel like I look alright, and I'm a nice, decent looking guy, and I so
beautiful man.
I'm alright, but like I feel like I look good, so I'm just like I know somebody that might want to rub on my belly and
somebody's
call me big.
fucking with
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Throw your hands in the air if you a true player.
Anyway, so that's how I feel about fitness. However, I do think you feel that knee.
You like that knee?
Feel that knee, girl.
No. Really quick, back to your diet or anyone's diet. It all starts in the kitchen. Okay?
Oh, for sure.
You can work out every day.
In the kitchen, for sure.
Okay, just saying.
Yeah. Chicken.
You can't eat McDonald's every day and work out and expect to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Well, maybe you could. No.
If you fast, if it's one meal.
Well, but also it depends on what you eat, right? Because like McDonald's has like fish and chicken. You don't necessarily have to
Isn't it deep fried everything?
No, they have grilled chicken.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it depends on what you eat.
I knew they had grilled chicken, but not like...
It just depends on what you eat. Because honestly, fitness isn't just for people who can afford it. Fitness isn't just... It's for everybody, right?
McDonald's is not affordable.
You said McDonald's is not affordable?
No.
It's way more affordable than anything you would ever get at Whole Foods. Like...
You don't have... No, not Whole Foods. Whole Foods. Like real food. Like... Vegetables, potatoes are a whole food. Like
correct. And have you been to the grocery store lately?
Whole Foods,
everything is very expensive. So like, I'm not saying that like McDonald's. When you say it's not affordable, you mean like one meal might cost you X amount of dollars. But if you do it the right way, you could feed a whole family on like
$20,
$25-$30 at McDonald's versus $25-$30 at a grocery store gets you maybe one pack of chicken wings. You know what I mean? And so that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, I get that. It's not that it's better for you. It's not that. It's that it's economical. And that's where we need to make the shift in our country and in our society with like, why is it that the food that's good for you is so much more expensive than the trash? It doesn't make any sense. How do you feel about marijuana? And like other products?
I love marijuana.
Do you? Are you like more into flower or are you more into...
I love flower, don't get me wrong, but it's not always convenient for me. I'm more of like I have my pen, and then I love edibles.
Can we just talk about how I said marijuana?
Yeah.
Like...
It was appropriate. Like, I liked it. Marijuana.
I mean weed. That's what I mean.
Well, let's call it... I like marijuana. I probably don't
say marijuana in my life.
See, I don't say weed. Like, I'm not like, you got weed? I'm like, do you have marijuana? Like, you got flower? Or do you have like...
Well, I'm also not asking people if they have it.
Oh. You know well, when I'm talking to people, though, like, in my situations, I'm not like, hi, do you have weed? No, I'm like, I need some flower or I need marijuana.
No, but what I mean is, like, I don't know what I said, but it's not ever marijuana. So you really like it?
I love it.
You love it.
I support it. I recommend it. It's the best. You just got to find what works for you.
I wouldn't say I recommend it, but
I do.
That's good. I mean, it's legal now, so...
Yeah, so what's it even matter, right?
Yeah. It affects me weirdly.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably not for you, or maybe you didn't have the right...
No, it's just not for me. It always affects me like that. Like, it makes me hallucinate. And I know people think that's weird, but like, I have hallucinated off of weed.
I have hallucinated off of marijuana too.
For real?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're the only person that's ever solidified or validated my experience like that, because everybody else is like, what do you mean you hallucinate off? I'm like,
but they didn't get high.
I got high and I hallucinated. Like, I was probably sky high, and I was like, oh, I don't ever want this to happen again.
Yeah, no.
And so I just don't get high like that anymore. I'm also not into like hallucinogenics. So, like, I'm cool off the shrooms. I'm cool off the, I don't need shroom tea or any of the,
I happen to love shrooms.
It makes me too anxious.
You need to be open to it. It's very good for healing, in my opinion. First of all, supervised. Not a lot. You should not just like go like pop fucking 3 grams of shrooms and expect to be okay. Like, you need to start small.
Would you not end up in the hospital? You could very easily end up in the hospital.
I mean, you could.
Like, if you trip.
Or dead. But,
yeah. But, like, if you trip and you're like...
Not from overdose either.
And it's, like, not happening for you. And then, like, you freak out and you have some sort of, like...
heart attack or something, maybe?
That's my point.
Absolutely.
That's
and
my
you
point.
literally... I've never had a bad trip. So, I can't really speak from experience. No.
Never, ever.
No.
Not even once.
No.
Not even the first time you did it.
No.
What do you consider a bad trip?
I imagine, and just from what I've heard, bad trips being like
you see like evil stuff?
Maybe.
Have you ever hallucinated?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I see, yeah, but they're not bad things.
So that would be a bad trip for me. I don't want to see anything that's not actually there.
But I'm more of like a settings person. Like I make sure I've got everything I need, like sage, Palo Santo, my books,
What does
or
it
like
feel
oils. It just feels
as she goes, she smiles.
you're just like happy, and you just feel happy and like full of love, and like how can there be so much evil in the world? Like how do we not see these beautiful things? Like everything feels great. Like you literally see life. Like this plant to me, for instance, I kayak down the river, shrooms, right? And like all the little bugs to me are fairies. Like, and just everything is alive. Like the water is breathing, and it's the most beautiful. Like everything sparkles, and like quite literally, like it's just the most beautiful thing. Like life is beautiful.
So
Like,
you're not the first person that's just that has described it to me in that way. And the other person that described it to me that way is somebody that I trust with my life. So I would trust that person to not lead me astray in terms of um, the experience. And now hearing you say it, it's like, okay, I trust you as well, and I trust you're telling me like, oh yeah, you're not gonna have a bad trip.
I
However,
can't say
I
someone
don't think.
wouldn't.
Well, yeah, I guess I shouldn't say I trust that you're telling me I wouldn't have a bad trip, but I trust that what you're saying is probably the standard, or probably not the standard, but what is like what am I trying to say? Like the likely trip that
The
you'll have,
expected
the expected
experience.
experience. Okay, like I trust that that's probably true, but I feel like there is a level of existence and consciousness that we as human beings, there's a frequency that we cannot access on a just in general.
No, I
And
agree.
then there's a hiccup, and then I feel like there are things that exist on our plane that allow us remote access to these frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
These would be things that
Your
most
mind
people would
opens up.
classify as drugs, right? Like things that open that people look at and say
Not all
like,
drugs, but yeah.
well, not all drugs, but what I'm saying is they're classified. They fall into the class of drugs. They fall into the class of like hallucinogenics, and
That's why it's illegal, because they don't want us to know things.
that's kind of how my brain works. And so I feel like when I me specifically am under the influence of something that opens like cracks open
The creative mind.
a level
Sorry.
that is not, no, it's fine, a level that is not always
Um,
that I don't always have immediate access to, then I feel like please.
it's not much. It's just my thigh. It's like if I'm in a bathing suit.
It's okay. I had a camel toe in the last video.
It
But
will not always be perfect.
that threw me off. Anyway, I just think
Sorry.
it's okay. I just think that I just for me, I just feel like when my mind is open to that degree, I am very easily wafted into that frequency. I
Yeah.
think it's easy for me to connect to that frequency once I have the right conduit. And that's what scares me, because I feel like I would plug in and I would see things that I would know are real or know exist like definitively, and then I would come back to this plane and I would be like, whoa. Like kind of like when the natives would use peyote,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like ayahuasca, like down in South
I
America.
always
Like, you
wanted
know
to
what I
do
mean?
that.
Like I just
Yeah.
feel like it would just open up, like crack open a level of existence for me that I am not ready to, like I'm just not ready for it. I'm just not ready. And
I
people
would
have told
totally do
me,
that.
somebody had told me once, like, oh, you should just lean into it and just smoke so much weed and just get so high and just see what happens. Since that's my, since weed is my, like that would be the only, like I'm not probably ever gonna do shrooms, so I would
Yeah.
have to like access it through weed. Like, oh, just do a whole bunch of weed and just see what happens. I'm like,
I just don't think it's the same at all. I don't think um
have you ever done ayahuasca? Let us know down in the comments. Would you do ayahuasca? Yeah. I
in a
hear you have to
controlled
do it with like, don't you have
environment.
to do it with like a shaman and like a
Mm,
controlled environment? I hear that there's like
somewhere
some places in California that you can do it, but honestly, I would think,
like resorts, yeah,
yeah, but I feel like you should probably go to South America if you're
or
going to do something like
somewhere.
that. Like, go
I
to the
would,
source.
as long as, yeah. And again, like shrooms, I'm not. It's not like something that I'm like, oh, let's do it. It's time. It's the weekend. No, like I've done it. I thought about like if it was like a legal thing, like be a shroom coach. How rad would that be?
It's not.
I
People
don't know.
microdose all the time.
Microdose, yeah, and like you can sell it, but like technically shrooms are illegal.
No, I know they're illegal, but I'm saying the coaching of it, right? Like if microdosing isn't. There are places you can legally microdose, right? Aren't there?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll put it above my head.
Yeah, like let us know. But it's not anyways, I feel like I've gotten my fill, to be completely honest. It's
like
something that I enjoy. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. Would I do it again in my life? Probably, and I probably will at some point. Like, but more of like a nature thing now for me. Like, I got through a really big depression not too long ago using that, and it really helped me.
Okay.
I did it, alone, and played music, and like wrote things down. I read spiritual stuff. Like,
did you get emotional?
Absolutely.
Really?
But not in a bad way. It was beautiful. Like I just remember smiling and giggling, and my cat was with me, and I was just happy. I know it sounds so funny, but like
sound funny. It's just
it was a beautiful, and crying tears of joy, like feeling like I got this, like I'm gonna be okay. Trying to get out of like a suicidal state of mind, it really helped me.
That's heavy.
And I'm not over here. I should back up to, yes, I've hallucinated because maybe I did too much. I almost said overdose, but overdosed what I was used to, not overdose. But I was very good at like measuring out what I wanted, like knowing how to control what I was intaking, and like knowing what I was going to get out of this. I'm not looking to like not be able to have a conversation with someone. I just wanted to open my mind and connect with myself and figure out what I needed to heal.
I still feel like so many people partake in marijuana, whether it's the flower, whether it's the dabbing, whether it's the wax or the
edibles.
The pen, the edibles. Like I took wait, let me finish I was about to tell you a funny story about an edible, but let me finish my thought. I think that there is something to be said for the fact that so many people do it, that there has to be, I mean, it's not right. Like there has to be a positive component that I must just be missing.
A positive component that you must be missing. Sorry. I had a little like burpee poo.
Is it on? Yeah, it's on.
Okay, I pushed the button by accident. I apologize, guys. I didn't want my like throat burp to be interrupting you, and then I just made it worse. Trying to be nice.
Anyway, I don't remember my thought now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You did not.
What's nice is that you'll be able to watch it and be like, oh, and you can put a little thing. Cut that
out. Anyway, this one time, I'll tell you this quick story. This one time I took an edible. This was not last year Thanksgiving, maybe the year before. My cousin was in town, and we were just chilling. And my brother had these edibles in his like kitchen cabinet or whatever. And so I was like, oh, I wanted to take one. Everybody was smoking. I don't typically smoke, so I was like, not gonna smoke, but maybe I'll take an edible. Took an edible, and then I had to drive back here to get. I think I was changing clothes or something because I was like really hot. So I drove back here. So this is okay. Let me disclaimer: you should not take edibles and then get in a vehicle and drive. Anyway, I was cool. I took it and I left right away. So it wasn't like it didn't hit me right away. On the way back to his house, I just remember I was like around the corner from his house. I'm sitting at the light, having forgotten that I had taken this edible. And the next thing, it's a red light, and I'm just sitting there. And the next thing you know, I am. It was like somebody hit a light switch. I was higher than giraffe nostrils. I was so high, and I just remember I was sitting at the light, and I was like, "Oh, this is not good." I was so high. I had to. Well, I was I was at the light, so like it hit me in traffic, and I was just like, "Oh no! Like, what am I gonna do?" So I drove back to his house. I was around the corner from his house, so I just pulled. Literally, the light turned green. I pulled into his street, and then I parked and whatever. But I was so high, and I got back to the house, and I can't remember if Walt was already there or if he came after, but I think he came after. So he wasn't even there yet. And I don't remember a lot about that day after that. I don't remember eating. It was Thanksgiving. I do not remember eating. But we were laughing and laughing and laughing. And I just remember thinking like, oh, I like this. Like I liked that feeling of just being giddy and high and just like it was just
enjoying it. But when you're too gone.
But an edible, see the thing about an edible is you can't know when it's gonna hit you, and also how much of it is gonna like you know what I mean. It's just like you're just. I mean, you can kind of control the dosing of it.
Yeah, how many milligrams did you take?
Who knows?
They didn't tell you.
No.
They made them, huh?
No. They didn't make them.
Dosed?
They were dosed. I'm saying I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
You just grabbed one.
I just grabbed one and ate it.
They should have told you like, hey, this is 50 milligrams.
Well, he told me to take a whole one, but he at the time was a smoker, so to him, whatever that milligram dosage, whatever that was, he was like, oh, just take a whole one. Here's the thing, I didn't know my cousin had already. She took a whole one too. Oh. We were sky high. I was like, I would never again, never ever 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 will I do that. It was fun. But I was like, I don't like. There was a point in time where I was like, I'm ready. I want this to be over. Like I literally said that out loud. Like, okay, I don't want to be high anymore. Oh my gosh. I'm ready for this to end.
I would not. If it was me, I would have given you like maybe a 2 milligram.
Maybe a half of something I'll take. But
I always start people low because you can always take more. You can't take less.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that feeling where you're like, I want this to be over.
Well, and they hit you later. So I forgot that I ate it and then I left. Like it didn't even register to me that that's like driving under the influence. Like which is not something I'm a proponent of. No, not at all. But my brain didn't even. It was like because it was food, so I didn't even register like you can't drive. But I was like, oh, whatever. I'm just going up the street, no big deal. And I was cool the whole time. I came back here, I changed clothes, everything was fine. I was driving back. I'm like, oh, I'm just normal, just having normal thoughts and normal feelings. And I was sitting at that red light when it hit me. And baby, when I tell you, it was like a literal, like somebody said, flick, just like that.
Like it just hits you.
Yep.
I always notice my cotton mouth first. I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, oh.
Yep.
Hi.
I don't remember the cotton mouth. I just remember I was staring at the red light and I was like, uh-oh. Like literally like, uh-oh. This has gone too far.
Have you ever been too high?
Oh man.
Anyone? Like, did you ever fuck up when you ate an edible?
Let us know in the comments.
My biggest edible was 100 milligrams. Let me tell you what. They were 1,000 milligram bag of cookies from Venice Beach. Not just normal. They were like a special wax, like infused like
cookie.
They were like little tiny
with wax.
They were this big.
Oh wow.
This big from the dispensary. Like you had to have. This was before weed was legal. You had to have a medical card still, and so it was really hard to just get these. Right? They came from Venice, whatever. Mm-hmm. When I tell you,
Blast
I was
it.
so
blasted.
I was not okay. I had gone to the Mariscos with my mom.
That was not okay.
And I got something that I usually really love, a ceviche tower.
Oh, yes. I love ceviche.
Nah, I did not love ceviche in this moment. There wasn't even a mariachi band there, but the music was so loud and I was tripping so hard, I thought there was. I was very, I started crying. I was like, oh, we have to go. My food was alive. Like, it was a lot. And then...
Not my food was alive.
I was like...
I refuse.
And it's something that I really I love this meal.
That is so funny.
But I was like...
when I was
sick to my stomach, I vomited.
Oh, that's a bad trip. Yeah.
And then I took it again. I did it again, but a half. I was like, 50, okay, I'll be fine. No, I ended up going to a Target with one of my friends who was a way bigger stoner than I was, and honestly, he could have ate too and been fine. But 50, 100, we're in Target, and I'm just like, I start tripping out. I'm like, this is consumerism. Like everything was perfect on the shelves, everything was in line. I'm like, everyone's buying the same stuff. We gotta go. So I go out into the car and I'm like, I can't.
You start realizing stuff. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, cool job.
Maybe I'll get into edibles. I think it's a nice. Being high is nice when it's nice.
When it's controlled.
But when you're not having a good time, like I feel like that's the thing about any type of like anything that even alcohol, anything that like puts you in a different headspace, it's fun until it's not fun anymore. You know what I mean? And then when it's not fun anymore, it's like it's really not fun anymore. Like you with the ceviche tower, you know, and it's like there's nothing you could do about it. You have to just ride it out. And it's just like, no, I want this to be over now. Like I am having a bad time.
And it is not going away.
And I need this to
That's
stop.
What they say. You can take more, you
can't take less.
Like,
yeah, like I need this to stop. For real, I need you to stop right now. And so yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe I'll try edibles and see, like start like small,
a small one, like a 5 milligram here,
and just see what happens.
I promise it'll be fine.
And that'll probably be a lot for me, 5 milligrams.
I probably won't even.
Well, then you should take more. You need to feel it.
But I want to be like on your level.
My level is not going to be.
True.
my level is going to be like baby Tylenol, like you know what I mean. Like my level is going to be like, yeah, like here you can give this to the baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you like to meal prep? And why is it salmon? Did you know that most salmon that we buy in the store are injected with something to make the meat pink?
Yeah.
That when you get fresh salmon, it's white. Did you? Isn't that
disgusting? Farm raised, full of things I don't want to talk about. Ill. Oh.
Right.
But chicken, even just everything. Like we can't just. You know what? Like let's all just like start a commune and like raise our own animals because you can't trust anything anymore.
Yeah, I'm not doing
I'll
that.
do farm work.
I was gonna say I'm not doing that. I could do other things.
Job.
I mean, I can do other things. Like I can like make clothes. That's actually really important.
Yeah,
I could make clothes for people and make gloves, socks. And we can make socks and shoes. And I can
horses shoes.
Horseshoes. No, I'm not making horseshoes. But I can do like no, I got it. I don't know how to make horseshoes. I was gonna say I don't know how to make horseshoes. I don't know. Okay, well, we're gonna start a commune. What would be your number one? What would be your number one product that you would export?
Export?
Mm-hmm. Like, what would you grow and sell?
Grow and sell? What's a good thing?
I have mine.
I would probably raise chickens. You mean like an animal or like
anything?
A herb or something? Probably like chickens, one, eggs, and meat. And they'll fertilize. But if I had to import something, I would get something that would feed my chickens.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Like I don't know.
So here's why this is why it would work, right? So you export the chickens. I like chickens. You export the egg. You export the meat. To me, I export to you the seed, the corn, the wheat, right? That feeds the chicken, that creates it creates like a circle of life where it's like your chickens eat my corn, which then feed your chickens.
I like this.
Right?
Yeah.
And then your chickens produce waste. Wait, there's another that your chickens produce waste, and then that waste is used as not your chickens and your animals that create like your meat, like your beef, create waste that I then use as fertilizer for the corn that then grows the corn that you then feed to your chickens.
Corn and cabbage.
Yeah, but do chickens eat cabbage?
Chickens eat everything.
No, that's pigs.
Not quite literally, chickens eat everything. My friend has chickens and they eat everything. They're mean.
But it has to be small. Like they're not going to pick up a leaf, like a vegetable.
The chickens will eat everything.
Really?
I promise you.
Like you could throw a head of cabbage into a chicken pen.
Probably.
And they'll eat it. or coop? What are?
So I'm pretty sure chickens literally will eat anything.
Will chickens eat other chickens?
They will definitely.
Do chickens eat meat?
They can, yeah.
What?
They will. I think if chickens are hungry enough, they will eat meat, yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Not like a steak.
No, but let's be honest. If there was a dead cow and a chicken was starving, where do chickens come from? Wait.
What?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching episode 3 of Curious Humans.
I said.
Yeah, I see. Episode 3.
6.
Oh,
9.
Okay.
Wait.
So she can count. Thanks for watching.
Curious Humans.
Oh, that's cute. Curious Humans. We were going to play Beyonce's Halo at the end of the video, but we were hit with copyright infringement after it was uploaded to YouTube with Beyonce's Halo. So instead, we're just gonna leave her name in the credits. You see it right there. Because this is what you're supposed to be hearing. But we can't. Because Beyonce don't play about her